Hey, it's Joe, and this is my next project.
Well, now that we got the back kind of tied together, it's time to work on the front. And we really straightened the car up. We centered it all on this frame table, and we used the radiator mock-up that we had before, but we really paid a lot of attention to centering it, centering each frame rail left and right, and did a little bit of discovery. The plan all along was to bend this back here where it's nice and a longer taper to the front. However, I cannot do that because upon closer observation, if I bend it way back here, and this ruler here represents the body, this body side, if I bend it way back here, by the time it passes the radiator, it's going to be sticking out of the car again. Can't have that. So what is going to have to happen, the further I slide this forward and the more parallel with the side I get, the better it is for us. And we're going to bend it, about right there. So we'll take this frame rail out, and we were going to slice it maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 times, and we'll bend it in, weld that back together, and we'll see how that works. You have one of these angle grinders, and you cut stuff off with a 6-inch wheel on it. I see people on Facebook all the time. They've cut it in the face, they've cut it in the eye. These things can hurt you bad. So I did the unspeakable. I ordered a guard. And I think they're in this box. You know, you only get one set of eyes. I know you've heard that old saw before. And I'm not getting any younger. I think I've taken all the chances I want to take. I don't know how this exactly goes on there, but I think I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see. There we go. I like it. See if the blade fits. The blade fits nicely. I'm going to use it. Well, we got it all back under there, and we got it cut. And looks like we cut it 1, 2, 3 times. This last one didn't need as much cutting, but we had to have it. And I tacked these two, and I didn't tack that one. Our radiator is 18 inches wide here. I just want to get it pretty close without touching. So I've got that pretty close. We did that on both sides. Here we've got the one. You can see how wide the cut is. I cut it with the big abrasive wheel and then the little wheel, and welded these two. All right. Next on the agenda is, this is where the front axle is going to be, right around in here, and really about this high, about this tall. And I've got a rack and pinion that kind of sticks down a little bit underneath it. So these will be cut off. They're not going to interfere with underneath the axle at all, I don't think. But where the steering comes out of underneath this axle, I want to make sure that this frame clears, and when you bump and droop, I don't want this to come up and hit it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put a 2-inch right under this, but at the bottom. In other words, right across, right about here. So we're going to cut this off straight down through here, and we're going to taper this down to a 2-inch. So by the time it gets up here, it'll be 2-inch. We'll have a little 2-inch cross member going right underneath here. We can mount our airbag, and we have the axle here with a tab hanging over to accept the top of the airbag. And that will do for that. And then we'll move over to the motor mounts.
I hope you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed making it. If you did, tell your friends and subscribe. It's important.